Have you ever started a blog and realized the design isn't quite what you want it to be, and you spent hours and hours looking for the perfect theme to fit your own design taste? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how to completely customize every part of your website without using a single line of code. We're talking about the menu at the top, the footer at the bottom, the sidebar, even the content framing around your blog post or your web page. Completely customized, and we'll be using the Elementor page builder in this tutorial. Okay, let's go ahead and dive in. Alrighty, so to prove that we're going to go completely from scratch, this is the built-in 2019 WordPress theme. I am not a big fan of this theme. It looks very, very basic and very kind of juvenile. So we're going to completely spice this thing up by adding in just a couple of plugins. What we're going to do is go here in our WordPress dashboard. We can come down to plugins and add new, and we're going to add a free plugin, the Elementor plugin. We'll also add in the Pro version to show you how we can customize every piece of this website. So within the add plugins area, just search for the word Elementor. And the Elementor page builder should be the first result. Updated 2 hours ago, over 2 million active installs. This is, I think at this point, the most popular page builder, at least for a free page builder on WordPress. All right, it's installed. We'll go ahead and activate this. And we'll skip over this for now, but they have a very good guide and tutorial there. So now as we look over here, we see they have the ability to build out your own theme, but it is a pro feature. So in this video, I'm going to focus just in on the theme builder area, but there's a lot of functionality that you can do with just the free Elementor page builder by itself. So now we'll go into plugins, add new one more time, just to add in our premium page builder. And I'm just going to go ahead and choose the file and find it here. I just downloaded it again with my unlimited account, and we'll install it. Okay, installed, we'll activate. And now with a quick activation of a license, which I'll pause the video for real quick, we now have activated our Elementor and Elementor Pro plugins on this website. And now just to refresh you, these are the only two plugins. So everything else is completely stock. We're even using the completely stock WordPress theme. Okay, so now what we're going to do is go into templates, and we'll go into theme builder here. And the purpose of this video is we're going to build a custom header, a custom footer, and even a custom sidebar for our content here. So we'll go to theme builder, and we'll create our first template. And now templates help you work more efficiently. Basically, these are the things that can be reused throughout the entire website. So we are going to work on a header here. If I can select header, and we'll name this a custom header. And we'll go ahead and create it. And what's cool about this is you can create multiple headers that display in different parts of your website. So if you have, let's say, online course area, an online course could have a different header than a blog, for example. So now that we have our pro activation completed here, we have a lot of different options where we don't have to start from scratch. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this guy. It's a nice dark header. You can hit the plus button here and preview it to see how it's going to look and feel, but you also have design freedom even once you've inserted it. So we'll go ahead and insert this design. And now you can see it's not going to look exactly like how it was originally because it wants to use your own image, your site logo, which we have not updated yet. So we'll be sure to do that. And it also, we don't have any menus yet for our website, but we have a header here. So what we could do, let's say, for example, we want to look through here to add some additional context. Let's take a header and put a header just beneath this image here, and we'll do a little bit of customization and call this welcome to the blog. I don't know, something small and silly. Maybe just do a H6, make it nice and small, center it right underneath the image there, and we could do a lot of customization, but essentially you can change anything you want to. So let's say, for example, we want to have a very small section on top here that's going to be for our social media buttons. So we should be able to simply add a intersection, maybe an intersection above here. And let's just do social media, social icons, and drag these guys in here, delete this column, and probably make these a little bit smaller. Nice and small like that. Let's align them to the right. And looks like we have some padding going on here, which is okay. We could go and get very nitty-gritty and get it right where we want to, but let me just change the colors to be a nice custom color here. And I want to go for like a silvery color. like that. Looks nice to me. And we could do even more, add this. Okay, I got it. Add the vertical align to the top. And you can do a lot of different things here just to customize the look and feel. But now if I were to go ahead and hit the publish button on this, it'll now ask me, where do you want to display this template? So we can add a condition and say, by default, the entire site makes a lot of sense. But what you could do is say, only show this on your archives. So only on your search results, only on your post archive, whatever you want to, or specific tags, a ton of freedom here. So we'll go ahead and say entire site. We'll save and close. And now let's go ahead and have a look. So if we come here, the old header is gone. The old header didn't have a whole lot going on in the first place, but now that's gone. It's replaced with this nice, very functional, got the social media icons, got an image here. We're going to adjust this to make sure it looks better than that in just a second. But you've got a site header now. Very nice. So now what we want to do is make sure that just in the back side of WordPress, we do have our site logo and we have a menu set up here. So first thing we want to do here is go to Customize under Site Identity, and we want to select a logo. It can't show what it doesn't have. So I'll go ahead and select a logo, and I'll upload a file. Okay, so I've selected a funny little bodyguard guy here. So I'll go ahead and select that and crop it down to fit my area. Okay, and that's going to be my site's logo here. Okay, so I like it. It'll work for me. I'll go ahead and publish this. And we also need to make a menu, don't we? So we can go over here to menus and we can create a new menu. And we'll just call this main menu. And we can have this show either in the primary or in the footer or in the social links menu. So let's go ahead and go to the primary and select next. And we need to add some items here as well. So we can go to item and just, for now we'll do the home page and the uncategorized category of posts just to give us something to go with here. And also let's do the sample page, which we can rename in a moment. Okay. So now we have our website. Let's go ahead and leave the preview. And now we have this nice hover effect on our menu at the top. And that's looking very nice. So we have a custom header. Obviously, we could do some more work with it. We'd need to really make sure it fits with the look and feel we're going for. But that'll work for me. Now let's go ahead and add a new template. And we're going to add a footer here. We'll go into the theme builder, make sure I'm in the right spot, and we'll add a footer by clicking add new footer here. So again, we'll call this custom footer. We'll create a template. And now here you've got a lot of different options here. I love all of these. This is a really, really nice time saver if you have client work. You can just pick which one you think makes sense. So for example, they've got some here that have call to action buttons, like starting a free trial. You also have others which are probably more common to, keep in touch and subscribe to our email list. We'll use this as a very simple one for this example. And now we have our custom footer. The colors on these are very different, but we're not going to spend too much time worrying about every little detail on this. Let's just go ahead and use the official colors here. That looks nice. Well, they need a little bit more padding, don't they? There's some more padding. That looks nicer to me. You can connect this with Elementor Pro. You can connect it to a bunch of different email autoresponders to make sure you're collecting email addresses here. So for example, currently it's integrating with MailChimp, Drip, ActiveCampaign, GetResponse, ConvertKit, MailerLite, Slack, Discord, and a pop-up here. So a lot of different things you can do already. And we'll just change this to get the latest. Yeah, some sort of subscribe notification here. You can also add custom links. Anything you can do with Elementor, you can do here as well. Now notice this little style, I guess it's supposed to be a stylistic line here above the header. That is part of the 2019 theme. That would require probably a little bit of custom coding to get rid of. You see it's not here on all different header types. It's not there in the H3. It is there on the H1. It is there on the H2. So these are just some theme specific things, which is at the end, I'm still going to show you what theme I recommend for this, but I want to show you how much you can really do and customize without doing any theme work at all. So we'll go ahead here and publish this footer. And again, we'll do entire site, but you have all the different opportunities to customize that. You can also exclude. So if you want to show it everywhere except for maybe your sales page, you can include the entire site like this, and we'll add a condition and exclude a single page. And you can search for that. So I think like sample page is the only page we have here right now. But you could say, show this footer on the entire website except on these few critical pages. That's a pretty cool feature, a lot of control they give you there. All right, so we'll save and close. And now we have a footer. So let's go ahead and head back to our home page. Now we have the custom header and the custom footer. So already the theme looks entirely different than it did originally. Now let's round this out and create a blog post. So this is, for example, let's do a new post. All right, and we'll just write this in the default Gutenberg for now, and let's add some lorem ipsum text into the article. Okay, so we've added a lot of just nothing text in here, but we want to go ahead and show the example of customizing how the blog post look and feel. So we'll add a title here, lorem ipsum in 10 steps or less, or something more creative than that. Let's also give a featured image to this article, and I'll grab one real quick here. Here's an image from an article I was just writing. I was in the mood to do some review posts on Chromebooks, so I did. And we'll also do a quick little excerpt on the post as well. So we'll come here to the excerpt, and let's just add a little bit of the lorem ipsum text in as the excerpt. And I'll show you why we're doing that in just a moment. Okay, so we have enough here. Let's publish this article and view how it looks by default. So by default here, we have our header, we have the title, or we have all the content here, and we have our footer here below. Okay, so the first two parts are coming together, but you're seeing, this is just not that attractive yet. Let's go ahead and update this entire display of a blog post using, again, the template theme builder with. So to do that, we'll once again come back to the templates and the theme builder. We'll go ahead and enter the theme builder and add a new template bit, and we'll use a single here. Now, single is anything for like a page or a product or a single item within your website. So we're going to select either a post or a page. And here, if you had other plugins installed, like LearnDash, which has lessons and courses, all of those different types of posts would be available as well for you to customize. So here we're going to customize our posts, and we'll name this blog post template. And we'll create this template. And now once again, we're given a bunch of different exciting options here. I'm a big fan of all of these. So let's see here. You can kind of pick and choose and really decide what the look and feel is for your particular website, whether you want a sidebar or not. So for example, this guy includes a sidebar, you can see over here, and this one does not. This one is just kind of right there in the middle. So let's just go ahead and let's pick this one for now, so I can show you also how sidebars work. We'll do insert, and we'll say yes. Okay. So now we have our post template here. Now we see we have a little bit of spacing here. We'll have to figure out what's going on exactly here. But we have our uncategorized, so it actually shows you the post category information here. You can see the title is shown here, post title. So this is all dynamic content. So this is content that's going to be brought in no matter which post we're looking at. Because we only have one post here, we can really only see the one, but you can kind of see all the pieces of content going on here as well. This little bit of text is the excerpt. So that's why we added a optional excerpt, because some templates, when you're working like this, will allow you to have a customized location for the excerpt to show up on the post template. So I like this because if you want to give a very brief synopsis of the entire article, you can do this nice and easily in the excerpt here, and it'll be highlighted even before the featured image and before you get into the text content. So as you're looking on this, what is editable? So if I click on this excerpt, I can't change the text because I don't care what the text is. I care what bit of data is there. I care that it's the excerpt, and then within that, any blog post I want to customize, I do that within the blog post, right? You don't do that here. what you do here instead is decide where you want the excerpt to show up. So if instead, for example, I don't want this to show up in the white, I want it to show up in the black underneath the title, but be ahead of the social sharing icons, it's as easy as dragging and dropping it over here, and then probably changing the text color to white, or maybe like a gray here. And now in any post, in any blog post along my website, the excerpt will show up directly under here before they get into the article here. So I actually like that better. I think that's a nicer way to look. You can also do little things like changing the typography to being italicized, which I think looks nice. So a lot of different things you can do here. You can also have full control over the order and the style of your sidebar. So you can move this around here, search below. You can remove these share icons if you want. Obviously change everything around here, or even do things like add in pop-ups or any elements you want to here. So if you have a free course, you can advertise your free course here. And with that button, you can link to anything, including a pop-up. So for example, we can go here and select and say we want to link to a pop-up, which is here under actions. And if we had had some pop-ups to play with, which I can link below my video on Elementor Pro pop-ups, you can have a pop-up go right there and do as you'd like it to do. You also notice we have little things like shadows going on. So we could click on this entire section here and go to this column, and you can do things like on the border, we have a shadow right now. We can remove the shadow and make it more of a flat design. Just a ton of different things you can do here. You can also decide if you want the WordPress comments or the Facebook comments, however you'd like. That's all a part of this design. One thing that's interesting here is you see we have our gray footer here, which has a subscribe box. We also, as a part of this template, we also have a sign up for our newsletter box here as well. So that's a little bit redundant. What I'm going to do is remove it from this guy. I'll go ahead and remove this section. If I can get over there, let's just delete. So now we don't have any subscribe boxes here. That will show up as part of our footer. So let's go ahead and save the draft, and let's preview how this looks. Okay, so we definitely need to figure out what's going on with the spacing here. So that's going to be the first thing I want to look at. If I had categorized the post, it would show the title of the category there. We have all of our content and our information here. So that looks good. It goes into the footer very seamlessly with the customizations we just made. So now let's just figure out the one last thing here. Why is there some padding? It's either controlled by the header or controlled by the post content here. Let's see if we can figure it out. Go here, and I'll go to advanced, and that's exactly what's going on. We have 60 pixels of padding. So if no, that's not it. That was okay. I'm starting to think this is something controlled by the header. So we could, I would not advise this. Let me take the link off here. We could fix this by dragging this, by adding negative margin. And so by doing that, we will now have the effect if I hit update and have a look here. So let's go ahead and exit this and view the site, going into the article. And now we can see a much more seamless kind of roll from the header into the page template. You can see here even the menu is sticky at the top. So that's something controlled by the header as well, which is a nice effect. Okay, so looking pretty good. The last thing I want to do here is let's go ahead and go back to the home page. This home page is showing the blog post archive, and this is the default 2019. So this is one of the few things we haven't really customized yet with Elementor. So why leave it unchanged, right? Let's go ahead and do that. So we'll go to dashboard here, and lastly, let's go to our theme builder, and we'll add a new. And on this one, we're going to add an archive. We'll call this the posts archive, and we'll create a template. And here you can see here, you've got all these different options. Let's go ahead and just do a very simple, very clean gray here. We'll insert it. And now you can see this is the archive of our content, and we can add whatever we want to it. So if we wanted to, for example, add another header at the bottom that just says, thank you for checking out the blog, you are more than welcome to do that. And as we hit publish, we'll be able to add the condition here. This is going to show in all archives. So we'll hit save and close. And let's have a look. So it looks very nice. Let's head back to our home page. And we can see here, I don't recommend that you leave the blog archives as your homepage. I recommend you have a static homepage, but if you didn't want to, you can at least customize the look and feel to your heart's content using Elementor Pro. So that begs the question, is Elementor Pro the absolute best page builder out there on the market? Some would say yes. I'm undecided. I think it depends on your specific needs. So if you have clients that are a little bit picky and they need things to be exactly right on all parts of their website, some, for example, Divi and Thrive Architect still do not have the theme builder part built out yet. I know they're both promising it and they're both working diligently on it, but Elementor's, I think, has done the best job at getting that out and relatively, seamless and a good user experience to do all the theme building aspects of the job. However, if you are more interested in optimizing for conversions and working on your marketing game and trying to sell products, I think Thrive has a few features with all of their suite of tools that makes it a very strong competitor in the page building space, simply for the synergy that it gives with all of its different page building tools. Divi, on the other hand, it has a very nice workflow. It has some really nice tools. So if you're building page after page after page and you can get it all done in the Divi theme, okay, Divi is a very nice feel as well. But I'm curious what you think. Do you think Elementor is the end all be all page builder? Do you think that anything else will be able to catch up to it or even out earn it in terms of its customer base? Let me know by leaving in comments below. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and like this video if you want to see more of this type of content from me. And I'm John from IncomeMesh.com. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.